business on top, party on the bottom doesn't work. Even if it's virtual and even if no one's going to see the bottom of your half of your body, if you're a feature presenter, dress the role just like you would if you were live. If it's black tie, come down in your tux. If it's business casual, come down in your work outfit. Okay, don't try to fool anybody. Play the role. It's your job as a performer to wear the costume you're supposed to wear. And I don't have to tell anyone here how to dress, but these illustrations are acceptable, right? This is what you should look like, whether you're in person or whether you're staring into a camera. Now, presentation length, okay? So this is another thing that I think everyone in a virtual environment has more control over and can create a more unique experience over for their virtual audience. When you're live, you say, hey, you have a 45-minute presentation. Here's your podium. Just talk, go ahead, present. But when you're in this format, and I'm trying to do my part and also sort of stick in this kind of format, let's say you have an hour to work with. I tell people to work in thirds. So use the first 20 minutes for your presentation or your keynote. Take the next 20 minutes for a moderated discussion that brings someone in to give you open-ended questions. And then the third portion of your event, opened it up to the audience. Now, what does that do? That shows your virtual audience that you're thinking about them. We're so tired of sitting there and having someone talk to us the whole time. Give us something different. Give us something new. So even if it's, okay, the presentation portion is over, now you're a fly on the wall for the discussion. And that makes the virtual audience feel better. And that's what the point is. You want them to feel good about what they're listening to. And then after they've been on a fly on the wall and after they've heard the presentation, now they get to get involved if they want to. Every virtual session has the ability to write chat notes and whatever, and a moderator can be paying attention to those chat questions. And Paul from Chicago asks, when you talked about so-and-so in your content, can you go into that a little more? Can you explain that a little more? Sure, no problem, Paul in Chicago. Thank you for asking. Sally in Detroit wants to know, right? And that way your audience feels like they're part of something. Another thing that we have to make sure that we're doing in our virtual environment is removing distractions. At any point, your cell phone can ring, your doorbell can ring, your children can run into the room. Oh my, lions and tigers and bears, oh my, from Wizard of Oz. The idea, go ahead.
Cats and dogs.
Exactly, pets, right? So the idea is you have control over that in a virtual environment. Silence your phone, unplug your clock, turn off the bings and the dings, and if you have kids, make a play date if it's possible, or if it's not and they're in the house, try to get someone to be with them or sit with them. If you have pets and it's not snowing like it is here in Chicago, put them outside for the hour. Get someone to sit with your cat. You can plan for these things. So you should do that, because the bings and the dings and the pops and the whistles, that's on you. You got to control that. Make sure your deliveries don't show up in the middle of your presentation, right? Don't ring the doorbell, right? Tell DoorDash, tell Amazon, don't ring the doorbell, just leave it. You have control to remove those distractions.